you know why I'm here. Yeah, you know what I came to do. If it's you against me, no, I ain't gonna lose. You know why I'm here.
Pat Beverly, an excellent defender. He is a competitor.
You know why I'm here.
Oh, I love it so much. 12-year NBA vet, 3-time All-Defensive, currently now on your Philadelphia 76ers, joined by the incomparable Pat Beverly.
Well, we live.
Yeah, we're live. You're good. You're good. You're good. Okay, Pat, my question is simple right off the top. I know you've played with both these guys, different areas, different times. Which one do you have more dirt on? Like, if you had to ruin one of their careers moving forward, who would it be?
First off, I want to say you guys have a great show to start. You guys provide a lot of intel that people don't really appreciate, and I do appreciate it because I am locked in, and I appreciate the words y'all use and how y'all wordplay and the topics y'all have. So I want to give y'all some love. Before we start.
Oh, thanks, Pat.
Before he kills y'all.
With that being said.
Kill him.
Right. So you're right. So with that being said, it's funny that, because y'all also funny to me too, because it's like, I can come on y'all show and I can give y'all whatever type of ratings y'all go get from the show, and it go viral and y'all have viral clips. But I'm pretty sure no one, even Shams, is even subscribed to my podcast. So I don't think that's true. I believe you. I don't believe everyone at that table or Shams.
Get on Chandler.
You know what?
Chandler knows too much.
Yeah. Right. It's funny, but until I'm on your show and trying to show you love, so I just want to make sure that
Chandler here today.
Oh, you tune in every week?
Nah, but he know I'm a fan of the show. We done discussed the show before. He know that.
And it's free. I know you guys might be ignorant, don't know how to follow podcasts.
That is true.
I can walk you through a tutorial if you need.
I need that after this.
Okay, look, and it's free too. It's right on YouTube. You can press subscribe. That's it.
Okay.
Now we can go to your show.
All right.
Do you talk to him? What kind of teammates, Pat Bev? Now I'm getting a vibe.
Oh, Pat Bev was the best teammate. Listen, he first came to the Rockets. He was a young boy, but he's always was tough as shit. No bullshit. A lot of guys talk. He backs it up. Pat's been my man ever since we were teammates in Houston. And everything he says, he means. He's not fazed by anything. And so when you see, there's some guys nowadays. They're barking. They're looking for clicks.
You know who you're talking about.
Not Pat Bev. Pat Bev is about it.
Me and my brother battle tested.
Appreciate that. Hey, Chandler. The chef's
Hey, come on. There's a new sheriff in town, PB.
Hey, look, so I'm gonna tell y'all the story behind that since you want to get on some gossip and shit. So like, I got I'm trying to beat Jeremy Lin. Shout out to Jay Lin. I'm trying to beat Jeremy Lin for a starting spot. Remember, he just come off Linsanity. The odds are against me once again. Right. So I go to Chandler. Hey man, it's Chandler. I guess Chandler's dad was a chef, so we make wordplay on that. Like, yeah, it's a new chef in town. I had to take that. Shout out to Big Parsons too. That's my big guy.
Oh, that's too good, Pat. Listen, let's talk about something serious here. Your Sixers, they're off to an 8-1 start. You guys haven't lost since opening day. What's been the single reason, in your opinion, for your guys' success early on?
I think instantly, like, knowing your role. And y'all played on teams with me, and y'all know me. I'm the guy in the locker room that'll go get the roles established quick. Like, nah, my boy, that ain't you. You don't do that. You don't work like how Reese wrote. You don't work how Joel worked. Like, you got to provide something else. It's a dinner table, but in order for the food to be good, you got to have nice chairs. You got to have nice silverware. You just can't be the turkey and the chicken. No, you got to be the fork. You might have to be a spoon. You might have to be a plate. So, we got our roles picked down real well, and we take them very seriously. And it makes the game that much easier.
Well said. And with that being said, you are plus 58 coming off the bench, which is the best in the NBA. So shout out to you. Obviously,
and it's my first time ever coming off the bench in my 11-year career. I think people forget about that. I done beat a ton of people out for starting jobs, people that ain't playing basketball no more. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and you guys are obviously doing this without James. Yeah, we both play with James. We know how close we are with James. How was that whole process with you? Were you disappointed? Were you hyped? Was it getting distracted? Like, how did that shake out for you?
Well, like the hoopers at the table, we naturally hoopers, and we understand like a good team and a not good team. So like with James, we would have been stumping shit. But without James, we still would have been stumping shit. It just might have been a little harder. We might not have to go through the front door. We might have to sneak through the window in order to stump. You know what I'm saying? So like it's different. It's 100 ways to skin a cat. We just have to find our way, and our way is defensively playing fast, posting it, making reads off that, and it's been a vibe. It's been a vibe. I feel like we ain't lost in like 2 months.
Pat, for those of us who just are fans, right? We don't understand sometimes the behind the scenes, the business of it all. Obviously you're close to James, and when he wants out, how does that play into relationships? Do you try to convince him to stay? Like how does that work out?
No, so when I got to the team, it was already conversation. So, so I kind of knew that coming in. But when I seen him at training camp, he looked in shape, he looked good. You know what I'm saying? The energy was great. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the same James. He was good in practice. He was coaching in practice. So I didn't look for anything different. I was actually just excited to see be back on the team with an old friend of mine. I
mean, there's a guy, Dallas Mavericks, the reporter. Broadcaster. He had a rant the other night. It went viral, and when you're friends with someone and they're the target of moments like this, and I want to play a little bit of it and get your reaction on the other side.
Hey, James, you're the problem. If this doesn't work this year in this system with this team, then you're going to go and point fingers at everybody else, and you're going to go back home and you're going to start swiping right for another team, and there's not going to be anybody left. Because, James, you're not the beard, you're not the system, you're the problem.
I mean, it's okay.
He practiced that in the mirror a couple of times.
It was delivered without any sort of stumbles or anything. What'd you think?
First off, right, everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? And us as athletes, like, it started, from the heckling fan, and it started, more on the Instagram, then it got off on the Twitter. So, like, from a basketball player, like, we see this, and it's funny. But one thing that the media don't understand is that you can say something like this and the team is playing bad, and it might not be for a James Harden. It might be for a mid-level guy, a guy who earns $10 to $15 million, and you say something like that about him. You're talking about this can potentially make sure this guy's not in the NBA anymore. So like I want to be aware of like the things that says throughout the media for basketball players. Is his opinion? Of course. You know what I'm saying? The stats that the facts that he brung up, you can really look back and be like, damn, like he's absolutely right. But that's his truth, and it's it's always three truths. It's his, it's the other guys, and it's actually the truth. So I think it's ballsy. I like that he did it. But do I agree with it as a player? No, but it comes with the territory. We make a ton of money. We're on a pedestal all the time, and when you don't win and you aren't successful and at a high level all the time compared to the greats, you're gonna get some of this kind of backlash and criticism.
Pat, we still got brothers in that Clippers locker room. Off to a slow start since the Harden trade, 0-4.
They're gonna be an awful regular season team. They're gonna be a dangerous playoff team because the playoffs are all about matchups. But when it comes to off season, they gonna be god awful because it's gonna be like. It's gonna be one person that's gonna be left out, And
but what you see as the issue though?
Nah, it's just camaraderie. Like they ain't spending a lot of time with each other. You know what I'm saying? And like you can't practice a lot because you practice a lot. Now you got to worry about your health. You know what I'm saying? Throughout a longevity of a season, it's hard when you getting new guys from training camp. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't been in training camp with you and don't know the plays. And James not trying to step on nobody's toes. With step backs, and Kawhi go get his. So it's gonna be an odd man out. They just got to pick who they want the odd man out to be. And if y'all was watching my podcast, I actually spoke about the subject to like inform everybody. So y'all, maybe y'all have a little bit more tasteful information while I'm on y'all's show. But it's going to be the odd man out for sure.
And now, Pat, who is that going to be? We kind of argue all the time on this. I think it's going to be Russ. He thinks it may have to be James. It's not going to be Kawhi or PG. So one of Russ or James have to come off the bench, right?
No, I wouldn't say come off the bench. I wouldn't say technically come off the bench. It's just somebody got to be cool of reading the game and understand, okay,
no,
cool.
But one of them got to come off the bench, bro.
Now, it's going to be a 7 to 11 type of game, and I got to do other things. Like, I might have to go in there. I might have to be a defensive guy tonight. You feel me? Like, and in another game, as pros, we understand, like, it's, we doing all this to get to the playoffs. When we get to the playoffs, they're going to be one of the most dangerous teams because it's all about matchups. So, like, they just have to weather the storm throughout the season. I think that's, now you see coaching. Now you get to see how good Ty Lue how Lou is, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Now going back to your guys' squad, Pat, Joel.
But they're god awful right now. God awful.
Hot garbage.
You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but these are the woes that you got to go through to become a successful team. In order to, to ride your bike, you got to fall. In order to know how to rollerblade, you got to fall. In order to know how to ski, you got to fall. So that's the falling point right now.
We said this too, and they're also about a 2 or 3 game win streak from nobody talking about this anymore anyway.
Yeah.
So the winning solves everything, which is what you guys are doing. Joel, MVP season. Tyrese Maxey, obviously blowing up, looking like the most improved player in the league. In your opinion, is this the best duo in the NBA, or is this one of the, where do you rank those two guys? Because they are straight balling right now.
I mean, it's, we've been having our schedule's been fortunate. We play some good teams. We play some young teams. So our schedule's been fortunate. We've been, we had some home games. We're not even really I think we 40% of our offense and 40% of our defense. Nurse ain't really even opened it all up. So we still we just made a trade, obviously, the James Harden trade. We got, Covington and Batum, and, we were used to PJ Tucker through the whole training camp. So, this is a learning process for us also. But I think when you have a monster like Joel Embiid and Lou and Chandler, y'all know, when you get a young player like that and you just want to, as being one of the veterans on the team, you want to this is how you do everything right so you can maximize all your opportunity, and mix with, he's in the gym first, earlier than anybody else. He's the last one to leave. When you get that type of potent duo, I think it sets up success instantly.
Yeah, and you've played with a lot of big greats: Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan, Rudy Gobert, Cat, AD.
Perspective.
Is Joel the best big you've ever played with?
So when you play with bigs, right, and that's your perspective. You think the big at the time that you play with is great until you see another big.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought Dwight Howard, I've never seen anything like it until I seen, Karl Anthony Towns. You know what I'm saying? Then I seen Karl Anthony Towns, I'm like, man, this motherfucker cold, until I ran into Joel Embiid. Oh my God. That man is different. He's different. It's different playing with him and playing against him. He know how to and I don't think people understand his IQ and his understanding for the game of basketball. His shit is at an all-time high. Respect for him. Respect to him.
I like that. Also, you play with Anthony Edwards, another star. The other night he was called for a weak technical foul, just staring down Dario Saric. Do you agree with that? Do you think the refs are getting a little too loose with these whistles?
No, that's perfect. Right, you got to understand the game that the NBA and this media like to play. I think that's why I've been fortunate to be successful throughout, this kind of media stint while I'm in the NBA. You stop a play like that, you put highlight on the play, right? You keep that play going. Maybe it's too fast. Maybe Steph Curry comes down, bangs the 3, right? I don't even think the referees are reffing actually what's going on. You stop that play, you can put that play on instant replay 12 times before a play gets going on. Now the more fans get to see the dunk over and over and over. It's like an algorithm. You just got to understand the symbols, everything. Don't let that get over y'all head. I know I'm giving y'all a free game.
But I disagree with you though, Patch. If you make a play like that, I think you draw more fans in when you allow the guys to show emotion. You allow that element of the game back into it. If we can keep it under control, granted, some guys are gonna take it too far. You know what I'm saying? Right. Somebody gonna mess it up.
But you talking to the casual fan anyway. You know what I'm saying? You talking to the fan who don't think Draymond's a good basketball player or Pat Bev's a good basketball player because of points. So you can't feed that to them. You got to feed the other stuff to them, the catchy stuff, the technical foul, and you got to feed that to them because we're not dealing with real basketball fans a lot. We're dealing with the casual ones.
So look, since we talking about fan celebrations and bringing it back, you've championed the too small celebration, right?
Yeah.
Is there one guy you still got on your hit list that you trying to hit him with the too small?
Hey Lou, I ain't gonna lie. If you came out of retirement, I'm looking for you. You know me.
Man,
you know
I got my first 40-point game against Pat Bev.
Yeah, you did. You played well. I didn't get a chance to foul you the way I needed. But you know me. I'm pulling the too little on everybody. I don't care. I'm here to play basketball. I'm here to have fun playing basketball. I'm here to impact winning. You feel me? Like I'm pulling it on everybody.
But look, I'm looking at you on the screen, Patch. How are you? So that's what I'm saying. How can you advocate for them to stop play like that? That's a distraction too.
It's a technical foul.
How you don't get a technical foul for that?
I wish I would have. I would have got more views from it.
Pat, how much money have you paid in fines and technical fouls in your career?
What they say, something to like 700,000. I'm close to.
Hey, I'm sure it's
Can you write that
it's
off?
getting spent in some good places, man. Good charity work.
Yeah, no, it ain't.
NBA cares throwing it at a good pot. He said,
No, it ain't. Hey, but Chandler, you feel me? I'm having my way right now, man. Life is good. I can't complain.
I look at you got the vibes set up. You got your legs crossed.
He got Mr. Nice watch. I see what's going on. That ain't going over my head. You know, life is good.
This old thing.
Life is good.
Oh, this little
Pat
man.
Bev podcast.
Hey, come on, I thought y'all had I had some good questions for me. Let's talk about.
We just wanted you on so we can have a good time, Pat.
Yeah, I just wanted
We just wanted to hang with our brother for a little while, bro.
All right, Pat, I got something. All right.
Talk to me. Give me a good one.
Who is an all-NBA type player that you kind of think is trash that you lock up every single time? And you can go old school or you can go new.
Well, he just said
Old school,
he
old school you can't count because the way I be feeling after the games, I'm 35 years old. The way I feel after the games right now is very different than I felt before. So I ain't gonna go old school. You know, they be in their feelings anyway, so I ain't gonna go too old school. But I'm gonna go new school. I'm gonna go new school that I lock up. That's enjoyable. Like I enjoy locking them up. Shit. Who we played? I don't know. No, I don't really get to touch that Dame a lot. I don't know, man. We got to do it again. Next time I play somebody, I lock them up, then I'll pick that guy.
All right, you got to come back on.
Patch, before you go, let me ask you this. You know, we've played for a number of coaches, different ones. Give me one coach, and I'm going to see if we agree on this. Give me one coach that you just absolutely don't agree with. This dude don't know what he's talking about.
Shit, I got one.
We want to go viral too, Pat.
He's still pushing.
Okay, I know. Say less. Okay. But our relationship with him was different, Lou.
Who?
You feel me? Our relationship with Doc was very different. You feel me? I think, you know, like me and Doc used to have conversations that, you know, nobody on the team knew we was having. Y'all probably had the same thing too. I think you look at the Doc situation where you should have been looking at the Clippers L. Frank situation.
Yeah, no, we love Doc. We love Doc.
We love Doc. Yeah, you feel me? I think the Clippers situation, you give away your backbone. You know, this is why people need to understand what the heart and soul. And I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about how they got to now, right? You make the Chris Paul trade. People clown you, but it really turns out to be a diamond in the rough. You got me, Montrez, you got Lou Will. You got guys that's going to do whatever for your organization. Literally boost your organization so you're able to attain Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Now, what you don't do as an organization is what you know, people don't understand yet. And there's some organizations do. They do understand, you know, the Heat. They understand what the culture is, and they pay the culture, and they take care of the culture. But if you don't take care of the culture, the domino effect is now. If this team doesn't play now, you talk about potentially somebody in the upper office losing their job. If we've been real, all because you didn't want to. You know, you didn't want to, this shit, we ain't even the oil, Lou. You just didn't want to put no motherfucking car washer fluid. We the car washer fluid.
Yeah, now
you know what I'm saying?
we
okay. And I'm saying that we okay for being a car washing fluid, but we understand what the engine oil is. We understand who the gas is. We understand that. But you still, in order to see, you need car washing, the fluid to go in the window. So, like, they mishandled that. They misjudged that. And now you're in a position like a guy or guys in the organization might potentially lose their job, or these guys might be traded.
Chandler's so lost on the analogy. Chandler, do you
know if I'm
understand the words?
hungover or what
What
the
is
hell.
wrong with you?
My last question, Pat. This in-season tournament, I still don't fully understand it.
Oh, for the God's
Is there
sakes.
like an incentive for a guy like you does this motivate you at all? Is the 500 racks? Is that
Hell yeah.
what is that so the money is the incentive on just in this tournament?
No, I don't think the money is all. I think, naturally we hoopers regardless. Like, I'll guarantee, Chandler, you go to a Y right now, and it's a great pickup game. You go take your game to another level, regardless if you're playing for money or not. So I think they just getting the, I think them putting the, the in-season tournament in, I think is great for the fans. It's a different court, but the vibes out there, it's real competitive. We played Detroit. They was on our ass. You know what I'm saying? So, like it makes the game, especially for young teams where this is their championship, it makes the game much better.
You know why Detroit was on y'all ass? It was that 500K. They got a lot of young boys on that team. That 500 gonna go a long way. Where that 500K in Vegas for Pat Bev go a long way. You know how we do Vegas now.
For sure. And I think it's coaching too. Right? I think coaching when you get to a team like that, the Detroits and the teams that's not it's probably not gonna be in a playoff contention or might be in a play-in. I think this shows how prepared you are, how good at coaching you are, how you having your team ready. I think it helps coaching too and coaching jobs.
Pat Beverly, I've just been thoroughly entertained. It's the
You have yet to ask a question though.
I honestly, because it's better if they do it, to be quite frank. I just feel
that's not true.
Yeah,
that's not true.
It is, I promise. It's the podcast, the Pat Bev podcast. Subscribe and listen.
It's free, for God's sakes. Everybody subscribe.
Free.
And we speak about women's basketball. We speak about women's basketball.
Yeah,
I understand you're a woman up here, and we're going to give the women always credit because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the women. So
That's
we
right.
speak WNBA. They are underpaid. They need to get more teams. The guy, Clay Travis, made something about a high school team, a WNBA team. Like, no, none of that. So, all love to WNBA also.
Yeah, we'll edit that name out. We don't even like to say it, Pat. We appreciate the time. This was awesome. And we'll be back. That man's got a family.
Hey, rest up Kelly Oubre, too.
For sure.